Yamashita and Shinoya coming up right now. So mixed doubles, as you can see, round 2 is already filling up. This is section 2 of the draw, and Seo Seung-jae and Cha Yu-jung already through with Kaneko and Matsutomo up at the top. Gikel and Del Rue have also picked their spot in round 2, much to the delight of the home fans, and the winner of this match will play them in round 2 for a spot in the quarterfinals. So a very well-developed section of the draw. As you can see, other matches happening right now on court as we wait for our players to enter the arena. And here they come. Tang Chunman and Seeing Sweat, the highest-ranked Hong Kong pair, made an appearance at the World Tour Finals, of course, at the end of last year. Just sneaked in right at the end, but have started 2024 well with their first title already, German Open, where, of course, they beat Kim and Jong, and that was really quite the result for them in straight games as well. Maybe they are looking a little bit better. Now, just while these get underway, just an update as to what has just happened on court 4. Carolina Marin has been ousted by Beiwan Zhang in 3 games. More results falling. So 1-1 between these two pairs on court 1.
Who receive? You receive. You serve. Which end? Left end.
Well, Chris, we were talking earlier about momentum. And Tang Chunman and Seeing Sweat, well, they are really riding high after that German Open win, after against a very good pair, Kim and Jong.
Yeah, definitely, and they're such a unique pair. I think they're very awkward to play. They don't play like many other pairs, and yeah, riding this confidence, this run, and it'll be so interesting to see how they perform here.
So in 2023, as I said, it was the World Tour Finals for the 28-year-old Tang Chunman. Also, they were 3rd at the China Masters. They won the Hilo Open. And also 2nd runner-up at their Hong Kong Open, their home Open. 32 years old now at Seeing Sweat. And have been as high as number 2. And that was back in 2018 when they were number 2, currently ranked 9th in the world, top 10. And that is Kyohei Yamashita. 25 years old, born in Okayama, and is currently ranked 20th, has been as high as 13. That was back in December of 2022. Also plays mixed doubles with Hiroki Midorikawa. But ranked 206 in the world, definitely known for his mixed doubles output. There's his partner, Naru Shinoya. And they play with that consistency that you'd expect from a Japanese pair. Kyohei patrolling around the back, Naru up at the front. They are a very solid pair. Picked up a bronze medal at the 2021 World Championships, Yamashita and Shinoya.
Ready to play.
Charles Wang in the umpire chair for this one. And that looks like Iris Metspalu in the service judge area. There she is.
Ladies
So,
and gentlemen,
about ready to get
on my
underway.
right, Xie Yingxue and Dan Chunman, Hong Kong, China. And on my left, Naru Shinoya and Kyohei Yamashita, Japan. Xie Yingxue to serve to Kyohei Yamashita, love all. Play.
Bows to all the corners of the Adidas Arena. That's seen a fair few fans come in already here on day 2.
Service over, 1, love.
Sure will fill up as we get through the week. Nice tentative start from both pairs.
Two, love. Three, love.
I think the pair from Hong Kong just not quite used to the conditions there. Two fairly comfortable lifts going out the back.
Service over.
Well, as
1,
we said at the start of the day, in the order of play, it's quite a big arena. It's about 6,700 capacity here. Colder climes, of course. It's just over 6 degrees in France at the moment. So absolutely no humidity, just very dry. Slow conditions and a lot to get used to. Of course, this is the first doubles match we're watching on the on this Concourt 1 today.
3.
We've seen the singles conditions.
I think the pair from Hong Kong are showing, you know, they're very confident in their defence, very comfortable, and they're not going to risk anything. They're not going to take any chances. If they have to lift, they're going to lift, and then they're going to show how good their defence is and moving the shuttle around.
Tang Chunman just testing out. That's nice, opportunistic
3,
kill from Seeing Sweat. And they're back level at 3 apiece. Oh, again, well read by Tang Chunman.
4, 3.
And at the moment, it's pretty much a case of counter-attack. As soon as they get half a chance with the attack from the Japanese that isn't quite good enough, the Hong Kong pair are then injecting pace in the flat game and then getting a weaker response and then managing to end the rally. Brilliant cutout.
Yeah, that was great from Seeing Sweat.
5,
Seeing
3.
Sweat, I do think she's one of those players that does kind of go under the radar. I don't think she gets kind of the,
absolutely, yeah.
you know, the recognition she deserves. She's such a complete player, and by that I mean she's very solid, very consistent, and she's dangerous and sharp around the net.
Fast, yes, very fast as well.
Wow, that was an incredible pickup.
Service over, 4.
There are some of these
Net cord.
female net players in the mixed doubles discipline. Of course, Wang Yasheng is a classic example of that. Just so aware around the net. Tang Chunman with some big shots playing to the back court.
And again, pair from Hong Kong,
yeah.
soaking up the defense, soaking it up, cross, whipping the Japanese, and then as soon as they get that chance, counter-attacking. This is where, for me, Yamashita, he doesn't really hit it hard enough to be able to penetrate the defense. He's got to have some variation. He's got to be able to hit a, you know, a stop drop, a half smash. He's got to place it, angle it. Yeah, if he's just hitting with power, pair from Hong Kong are too confident, too comfortable, and too solid.
Yeah, so you've got to break them out of their rhythm, rattle them, and then start cashing in on points.
And that comes from, you know, outmaneuvering them, getting them out of position, having some variation. Again, that attack is just to rackets.
Yeah, Tang Chunman does not seem pushed. In fact, it's his error in the end that gives him the point. And fair to say that they took 3 or 4 points to get started. But now that they are in that rhythm, or they're slowly getting towards it, it's going to be, you feel, increasingly more difficult for Yamashita and Shinoya. Nice flat return from Seeing Sweat to set the tone of the point. And Shinoya nets.
It's over. 8-5.
So a 3-point lead. And remember, they were 3 points back at the start of this game. Well, they were winners in Germany.
It's over. 6-8.
There's actually another winner from Germany out on court right now. Court 3, Mia Blickfeld had a great win in women's singles in Germany. She's playing He Bingjiao. Seeing Sweat at the back. And that's what you were saying about how you've got to break them out of their rhythm, because the way they're moving front to back and rotating is just so easy at the moment. They're not being stretched, even in defense.
Yeah, and I mean, this last shot here, it's the placement. Pair from Hong Kong, for me, have done the wrong thing, as in they've lifted, but they're staying front back. They've got to go sides, even if they both push up. And there's obviously then a big gap on the straight for the drop, and it's almost impossible for Tang to be able to get that. But it was good. It was a good shot selection, good placement from Japanese pair.
Oh, well, I think that's gone wide. Yes, it has. So 8-all. Tang Chunman with the right idea, just a little bit too long. Remember, they are firing with the drift behind them. Hong Kong pair.
Out. Service over. 9-8.
And while it might not affect mid-court to mid-court flat drives, definitely a cross-court like that from Tang Chunman might just pick up a little bit of breeze. Oh, that's beautiful from Seeing Sweat. Tang Chunman enters the play. Oh, they almost fell over themselves as to who was going to take the shot.
This is the thing, as soon as Seeing Sweat, as soon as she makes the interception, she's just clinical and just keeps going, keeps the pressure on, and it's almost impossible for the Japanese to get it away. Can't let her get involved at the net when she's on balance.
I think there's a slight reprimand from Tang Chunman. Well, they're getting the odd point. It's very sporadic, but right now, definitely the impetus of where this attack is coming from is focused on Tang and C. But it's close. But I agree with you. I think that Yamashita and Shinoya certainly have to step into a different gear if they're going to make any consolidated, solid inroads. And they're flat now, Tang and C. Great defense by Shinoya.
It's over. 11-9. Interval.
But at the break, 11-9. And so far, no significant problems.
Call 1, 20 seconds. Call 1, 20 seconds. Please. Please. Call. Chunman, serve. 11-9. Play.
And again there, brilliant net.
12-9.
Saying set. Fantastic control when it gets that net cord.
Well, important point to win. Get themselves set up. The second phase of game one.
Service over. 10-12.
Seeing there, Tang quite frustrated with himself because good service, he's not quite ready. He's got all the options. He can go over either the Japanese players or inject pace, but not quite ready, and a bit of a gift, really.
Oh, finally, Tang Shunman manages to get a real height,
12.
but he fluffs the second shot. And Yamashita and Shinoya still hanging on here.
And Shinoya did really well there to just survive, and then kind of got gifted the point, but she did well, really well to stay in that rally.
Good variation from Tang Shunman, and it opens up. Seeing Sweat at the net, and in the end.
And this is the big difference for me in the defense and the attack. Almost every time the Japanese then were defending, they were out of position, they were stretched, they were off balance, and it makes it so much harder to then survive. Whereas I feel often when the pair from Hong Kong are defending, they're more on balance, they're not stretched, they're not really pushed. And Japanese did incredible to last that long in the rally, but eventually the outcome, you know, is what you would expect.
Yeah. There is an air of inevitability about it when you get into these, and that's left wide. 14-11.
14.
So this is now
11.
the biggest lead that they've had in this first game. At just the right time. We were talking about the evolution of points. Well, this is exactly where they want to be right now. Happy to stay in a nice, calm, flat defense. Tang and see. That's gone wide, very wide.
15,
You just look at the
11.
reaction from Kyohei Yamashita. And even he knows it.
It's good angle on the attack
15,
from how low
11.
Yamashita has to take it. It's around his knee.
Yeah.
When you're taking a shuttle that low, you're really limited to your options of what you can possibly do, because your shot has to go in such an upward trajectory.
You're essentially lifting wherever you go.
You don't have a choice. Yeah, even if you block, your block's going to be fairly upward, because you have to hit, obviously, quite upward to be able to get it over.
So Yamashita now at the back, still plugging away, but that defense just too strong on the Hong Kong side. Nice variation from Seeing Sweat. Oh, that was flat enough by Shinoya.
Service over.
Yeah, good placement in the end from Shinoya.
15.
Gone to the right shoulder. Say. She worked the rally well, the Japanese pair.
Well, just 3 points behind, but again, it just has that air of inevitability about it. They're still not doing enough, I think, to break through.
12, 15.
And what's really interesting about these two countries especially is that most of the coaching staff is actually Malaysian.
13,
Hong Kong recently, of course,
15.
Wong Chun-han, a couple of other people as well. And Jeremy Gan and Tan Kim-he on the Japanese side.
Let. Thirteen, 15.
Good flick serve.
14, 15.
Really put the Hong Kong pair in trouble, and then the shot quality is not so good, and then great placement here. I mean, she's got all the options in the world, but great placement, she's finding the gap. Tang can't quite pick that up.
Wow, 1 point back. Great chance for Shinoya and Yamashita. Delicate drop by Seeing Sweat. And again, in the right place at the right time with the right shot.
Yeah, combination of a few things there. Brilliant shot from Say at the end. But this one here, Shinoya can't chase forward on that because the shot's too loose for her to move forward. She's got to hold her base and cover her line, the integral part.
So 16-14, crucial point.
Good serve.
Nice little touch by Tang Man. Around the head. Oh, this is a great rally. All that power. In the end, it was flat enough that it won them the point.
Yeah, and it's something the pair from Hong Kong do so well. They move the shuttle around so well. I wouldn't say they're the most physical pair in the world, as in really, really quick or really, really strong, but their vision. There were times in that rally where Tang, especially, hitting the right shot, moved the shuttle around so well, make the court big for their opponents, make it difficult for their opponents to be on balance and in a good position. So I said before the match started, they're quite an odd pair.
Yeah, an odd pair.
Slightly unconventional, two left-handers, but also the way they play. Very, very sensible, mature players in regards to really make it difficult for their opponent.
44 shots that last rally, longest so far.
Hey.
Left well by Seeing Sweat.
And again, I'm sure we're going to get to see it on the replay, but Yamashita, he's having to take that so low. We're not going to get to see it, but he's taking it so low. You know, he's taking it by his knee. When you're taking it that low, even a fairly simple block is not simple because the quality has to be pretty tight because it goes so far upwards. Otherwise, you could see there, say, was on it. She would have been able to kill it if it was going in.
Absolutely. She was ready to pounce. So looking good stead, Tang for this first game, and that one going long as well.
That ended up
did it clip in?
Yeah, coming back in. I think it's just with the drift.
Oh, of course, a little bit of breeze could help.
I think Tang thought what you thought to start with, that it was just going to sneak out, but I think almost last second, drift just brought it maybe an inch back in.
That's big power from the back from C. She now hustles forward. And a nice little touch from her, just reaches up.
Brilliant, considering her string broke, the control she had. And, you know, you could see when the string broke, all she was cared about, get forward. Get forward.
Right,
and it's the right thing to do in a calm way. And then when she gets that chance, not putting power in, just take it early and stop the shuttle off.
So 19-15, and this service could very well see them snatch the first game. Oh, just relentless pressure. Well, that was a difficult clear for she's actually reprimanding herself right now when that was tough. That was no look from the back line. With the drift.
I think it's a rally like that. It's important for the pair from Hong Kong to not think they did anything wrong. They didn't. Japanese did very well to survive the point.
And they should certainly look to expect more of that. A couple of mistakes here. Oh, a couple more mistakes, I should say. And this might be a very interesting end to this first game. Because, I mean, it's obvious that on the run of play, Tang and C have earned and deserved this first game. But wouldn't it be funny? badminton is a very funny game like that. If Yamashita and Shinoya can perform in these next 2 points. Oh, that's a nice rotation by the Japanese. They hustled.
And this is something, you know, the Japanese will do very, very well, is they're a very hard-working, disciplined pair.
Yeah.
I think the one difference so far for me in this first game is they haven't quite had that extra something to consistently find a way through the pair from Hong Kong, whereas the variation from Hong Kong, the pair has just been that little bit better, and the defense from the Japanese has definitely improved. They've kind of settled in and they've got a bit more comfortable with the attack from the pair from Hong Kong, but
it's just not consistent enough. Yeah, it's just not reliable enough. Well, let's see if they can make a change here. These 2 points could change the nature of this first game. And Tang Chunman wanted nothing to do with that future.
20, game point,
Powers his way through and gets 2 game points.
So again there from Tang, it's the placement. First smash was good, and then the placement on that final shot just really awkward for Shinoya to be able to get that away. When you're going at a right-hander's right hip, it's always difficult to be able to move the shuttle around. Definitely the placement on the attack from the pair from Hong Kong has been a lot better in this first game.
Oh, that's a nice little touch in by Shinoya.
Service over.
That's
19,
1 game point saved.
20.
Yeah, brilliant from Shinoya there, because Tang has to hold back because she could hit hard and then just carefully, easily puts it into the gap.
Deft little touch by Seeing Sweat. And
Game.
it's just as easy as
First
that.
game won by Tang Chunman and Xie Yingxue.
So 21-19, 21 minutes. A bit closer than you would have expected, but still, where is that first game in the bag for them?
If you push, you put net again. Get early. Okay, but be careful, they always flick to you. Yeah? If cannot, just leave cross.
呢邊我哋有少少可以超高少少就 OK。我差你唔停。
Just use only speed, but sometimes you just yes, control first. Don't follow the yeah, don't follow. Okay. If they like that, I shoot a bit back, block.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds. Please, on call.
So back on court for the second game, and all the questions now have to be asked by this pair right here. But we got a little look in to the Hong Kong coaching setup just now. That was a very nice chat. A bit calm for you, do you think? It kind of looked like it was more of a training kind of session than anything else, under no real pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Level.
their coach Flandy is obviously a very
Play.
calm, chilled, you know, relaxed guy, and just getting the message across for, say, just to be careful. They flicked her a lot, which is definitely true. And if she's in trouble, do a high, deep clear out. Don't risk anything. If you're off balance, don't try and hit too powerful in a downward direction, because it's not going to go down, it's going to go flat, it's going to put you in trouble.
Yeah, and don't follow. That was another thing.
Yeah, it was just don't follow what the Japanese are doing. You know, be the one that dictates, be the one that takes the
proactive,
proactive the game on. Step up, control the shuttle, move it into the gap. And I think although it was 21-19, which is a very, very close score, and would indicate it could have gone either way, I did feel that...
No, it was definitely looking like it was going to be Tang and C all along.
That's the thing. I did feel in the first game the Hong Kong pair were better than 21-19, although the score obviously doesn't say that. I do feel it was a more comfortable 21-19. I think it's imperative the Japanese have to kind of take on board. They can't just play the same way as they did in the first and hope their performance is slightly better and sneak it. They need to change things.
Yeah. They need to radically re-engineer their approach to this match if you want to get anything from it. So remember, it's the home pair of Tom and Delphine, Gikel and Delru up next. They've already booked their spot.
Love.
And this is the 28th event of the Paris qualifying year. How quickly time flies. Oh, nice little touch by Shinoya.
It's over. 1.
And over the last kind of 12 months, the pair from Hong Kong have really improved their consistency.
Yeah.
And they've played 22 tournaments. They've won 2, which is obviously very impressive. But the others, of the 20, 17 of those losses are against top 10 pairs.
Oh,
so,
wow.
And a lot of those were against Utah, who they
Yeah,
have a very, very unfortunate
One.
head-to-head against. But it just shows their consistency. Often when they're playing pairs outside the top 10, they are defeating them as they should. And now they've gone up to 8 in the world. It gives them that extra advantage of being seeded in tournaments, which is a massive advantage, because there was quite a few where they had very highly ranked pairs, top 4 in the world, first or second round, which caused them a few problems.
So they've done well with a challenging situation. They've constantly accrued more skills. And when they play people like Yuta and Arisa, they learn from them as well.
Yep, definitely. And it's a case for them now getting top 8 in the world. You should, obviously avoid the higher ranked pairs. I think one interesting thing would be if they did manage to beat the Japanese today, and they did play then Tom and Delphine. Tom and Delphine are a pair that they have had encounters with and they have lost in the past. And Tom and Delphine on their day can be very, very dangerous. And obviously in France.
Yes, exactly, with the home crowd.
Yeah, the crowd's going to be unbelievable, I think. But obviously they've got a lot to do still to win this one today, although it's looking good. Japanese are still a world-class pair as well, and as you identified early on, world bronze medalists.
Yeah. In fact, both pairs, there's 3 bronze medalists at the World Championships between them. Tang and C with 2.
3.
Well, talking of home support, of course, coming up next after this men's singles, Christo Popov. And that might be why the Adidas Arena is actually filling up right now as I speak.
3, 4.
Tang at the front again. Now moving to flat formation. That's good movement by Tang and C. So far, the Japanese pair knocking on the door. We're not finding any way in until that point.
4.
Sweat with the
all.
mistake.
This is the thing for the Japanese to get through. Does take a lot more, just because Yamashita, he doesn't have that quite as accurate attack or steep or power. So for him, it's just kind of relentless. It's got to be like, keeps knocking on the door until the door opens. Whereas for the pair from Hong Kong, especially for Tang, he does have that nice angle and he has a bit more variation. So it can take a little bit less.
So basically, that's what I was saying. That door just now was opened by Seeing Sweat. It wasn't anything that Yamashita did, except keep pounding away, trying to, make as much of an impact as he can. But you just get that feeling that Tang and C could always step into that extra gear if they needed to.
I think they have been just a little bit flat. It's a fantastic serve.
That's a beautiful serve.
Yeah. But I do feel the pair from Hong Kong a little bit flat. Also,
4.
possibly a little bit fatigued from last week.
Yeah, that's right.
big tournament for them. Great result. Obviously a lot of rounds because they won it. So it's kind of will be in their legs and a little bit fatigue in the mind.
Oh, still good work by Seeing Sweat. Tang Man comes up with the big shots from the back, varying it up a little. Oh, that's an interesting passage of play at the net.
Incredible from the Hong Kong player to stay in that.
That was great instinctual defense by Seeing Sweat.
Yeah, from Seeing Sweat here. Net cord, unbelievable control. And then good lift from Tang, and then to end up winning that point. And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
She does so well there, and she almost goes on, unnoticed.
Yeah.
Seeing Sweat.
Well, it's just, I said, she just plays it like it's a day at the office. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, she was so calm after it, like nothing. I'll do that every day. I mean, that was unbelievable that she stayed in that point.
That's so true. Well, again, 6-all. Mistake again.
Service over.
Few and far between,
7,
and that's what Yamashita and Shinoya have really been capitalizing on. Any odd mistakes that turn up, but again, sporadic is the word when it comes to scoring for them. No clear plan. It's very reactive from them. Tried to push it forward.
Service over. 7-all.
Do you think the obvious tactic from the pair from Japan to flick Seeing Sweat a lot?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure she's really making an adaptation to counter that. Flandy obviously identified it, and it is very obvious because it's happening almost every time. If I was her, I'd take a half step back or try and preempt it by predicting it, whereas I feel like it's working, so the Japanese are going to keep doing it.
Nice into the corner. It sets up Tang Man straight to the body from Seeing Sweat.
8-7.
The obligatory apology for sending it to the body when that was a complete intent from the start.
But again, there it was not quite as good accuracy from the Japanese on the attack, and then as soon as the pair from Hong Kong get it, it's the placement. So accurate, hitting really difficult, accurate smashes.
Seeing Sweat playing off the turf. And then comes in with a great shot. Big thumbs up from her partner.
7.
This Tang is great angles, which sets his partner up. The better the angle Tang hits, the easier it is for Seeing Sweat to be able to intercept and get involved. And then when she does, she's devastating.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible for the Japanese to get it away.
So, approaching the second mid-game interval. Good variation from Tang. And that was a good enough
Service over. 8.
shot from
9.
Kyohei. Seeing Sweat again showing how comfortable she is at the back. Oh, that was wonderful.
Service over.
Great change of direction from
8.
C.
Shot here, it's just deep enough and wide enough. You can see there, Shinoya, she's just stretched enough to make it difficult for her. There's definitely half a chance for the Japanese there.
So on the brink of the second interval. just pushed that long.
Service over, 9-10.
Well, the only World Tour win for them, Yamashita and Shinoya, was back in 2019, the Akita Masters. That's the Super 100.
10-all.
I think they are the kind of pair that, you know, they're very consistent, they're very solid, very hard-working, but I think it's just difficult because they haven't had many big wins. They haven't quite unlocked it. Obviously, they had that phenomenal result at the World Championships where big surprise where they got a bronze medal, but except for that, they haven't surprised anyone in a big way since, and it's hard to get that breakthrough, and now they're actually the third Japanese ranked pair.
Yeah, very deep double squads.
Brilliant interception.
Wonderfully picked up.
11-10 interval.
And that just shows why you cannot go in an upward direction through the middle against a good net player like that. Yamashita tries to go cross and upwards, and it's too easy. Say you can sweat to be able to intercept that.
Or cross. Not so good, but the girls always want the power. Cross. Ready. This, the boys always push. This return service. Ready. Push again, not ready.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds.
Aggressive front. Yeah. Come on.
Players on
They
court.
always flick. Service, they always flick.
Coach, return your chair, please.
So back on court for what is now the most crucial passage of play for Yamashita and Shinoya. They're going to turn it round. They're going to have to do it right now.
11-10. Play. Out. Service over. 11-all.
Well, that's a decent enough start, I guess. Got a long way back from here for them. And they can't afford to do that. Though that
Service over.
was really about placement
11.
again. Very difficult area to recover that shot from.
Big thing is when you place the shuttle well, it's very hard for your opponent to put you in a more difficult position. It's very hard for them to outmaneuver you because they can't turn the shuttle away. So it then gives you another opportunity when you're in a good position on balance. And it's kind of a consistent basis of that. You know, the more you're on balance, the more your opponent's off balance, the more you're hitting down, the more they're hitting up. It's a continuous pressure.
Well, that was great movement by Tang Chunman in this point. He's been shouldering most of the response, and seeing Sweat now coming into the play. He's left that wide. Well, if any errors have been turning up, it has to be said, they've been a little bit favouring Seeing Sweat. And that's, you said that the first game score wasn't really reflective of what was going on. I think that's what it comes down to. A couple of extra mistakes that might be through fatigue, as you said, from last week.
Yeah, I'd definitely say there's something just slightly missing from the Hong Kong pair. Now, could it be a little bit of concentration? Could it be expectation? Because obviously they played so well last week, they expect to, you know, play very well this week, and they are playing well, but
just not as well.
It's like they're switched on, then they switch off, and they're in, they're out. I just don't think it's quite 100%. But the Japanese, full credit to them, they're the kind of pair that do that to you because they're very consistent, very hard-working, very solid, and they don't give a lot of easy points.
12.
Well, 2 points ahead here. And looking in good stead for this second game and, of course, the match.
Brilliant shot.
Absolutely caught unawares there.
Service over. 13-14.
So much space, yeah. You just see it, that Tang and Si were just a little bit too vertical.
Fault.
Fault off Shinoya's racket.
Yeah, and Tang
Service over.
steps in
15,
and takes that as early as he can. And this is
13.
the thing, you want to outmaneuver your opponent as quick as you can. And by that, I mean, you want to take the shuttle early. You can see there, look, steps in, takes that as early as he can. And that's what makes it difficult for Shinoya, because he stepped in and taken it early. It gives her less time. Kind of missed it, but there was a clip where Flandy was just showing, just step in, take that early, whip it, move them round, but move them round at speed.
Well, they certainly seem a little bit energized now. This is a very important passage of play for them, as I said. Next 2 points crucial for Tang and C. In terms of cementing this straight games. Should see off last final push from Yamashita and Shinoya. Well, that's good from Tang. Really shouldered the responsibility in that point.
16, 13.
Yeah, Tang, he works the rally really well. Waits, good placement there, and then the big one when he can, opens up, goes cross court. It's important that last shot is of good quality, because if not, he opens up the partnership.
Yeah.
But it was too much pressure for Shinoya to be able to get that away.
Oh, nice little pickup by Team Sweat. And I think it was such a good pickup that her partner was watching her as opposed to seeing all that space
16.
on his right side.
This is the thing, that is an incredible shot from Yamashita, and it's probably the first time in the whole match I've seen him use variation and deception in that way. I mean, that's sublime. And that's why he's totally wrong-footed his opponent. Yes, he has a lot of time. He's in a fantastic position because the lift's incredibly short. But if he's got that, we need to see it just a little bit more.
Well, 41 minutes so far this match. Oh, bit of treatment to the lower back. It looks just like there's that proof, I guess, Chris, of the strain from last week's successful, but definitely extreme amounts of pressure. Not to mentioning, of course, the travel and everything else in this part of the world and the cold. So that's the second medical interlude we've seen today after Chao Tianquan's knee.
Yeah, and it is difficult, you know, going week after week after week with success. And obviously last week played really well, lots of long matches, the full tournament.
But I think, yes, it's the depth of the run.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You know, finish late-ish on a Sunday, and then Monday you'll have to travel. Tuesday you'll try and do some training to get something, and then today you're playing another world-class pair. You know, the Japanese ranked 20 in the world. And it's not been a quick match so far.
It's relentless. He never lets up. Yamashita again stepping in, but so much space left on that side.
17-14.
Well, I think this is why Tang Chunman has been shouldering a lot more responsibility the last few points. Perhaps a little bit of less mobility for his partner. Seems to be moving a little bit gingerly.
It's so important in a match like this for the pair from Hong Kong to make sure they do just see it out, because if this was to go to 3, even if they do win, it has such a big impact later on in the tournament, because it could be another half an hour you're on court and another half an hour you're putting, you know, your body through kind of turmoil, as it were.
Oh, deep serve. She was getting flicked too, so now she flicks back. Well, that's brilliant from Shinoya.
This is the thing, the Japanese, just that little bit of extra variation, that little bit of extra creativity there, brilliant. She's in trouble, exactly the right shot, because that's where the gap is. Phenomenal shot from there, and this is the thing, they've got the ability to do it, but we just haven't seen it enough throughout the match.
Took a little bit of a clip on the net, but that really didn't affect the trajectory of it. Yamashita and Shinoya beginning to fire. And The question is, and they've won another point. 1 point back now.
16,
Well,
17.
we saw it with Xiao Chen in the last match, who just went the extra mile just to force that third game. Okay, in all honesty, he did kind of collapse in the third game after the break, but still doesn't take away his achievements in earning that third game. It's another wonderful shot. They've tied it up.
16, all.
This is the thing when you got more fatigue in your body and you're almost putting more pressure on, knowing you can't allow this to go to 3 games.
Yeah, and I think
what a gift.
What an absolute gift, and what a time as well. But I think the Japanese players would have seen that medical interlude for Fatigue Sweat and thought, right, we just need to up the pace a bit, try and force the issue. But 18-17 on serve, this is a great opportunity for Tang and Si. And they fluffed it.
Service over.
It's a gift.
18.
Responded with a gift.
All.
There's that flick again.
Yeah, it's definitely been a tactic today from the pair from Japan. A lot of flick serves.
Well, Tang Chunman again, the more mobile of the pair. He's trying his hardest. And that's really important for them.
Service over.
That's gone long.
19, 18.
Well, I wonder if we're going to have a spectacular finish here. He's up again. It's very high, and you knew it was going to come back steep.
It's that placement. I'm not sure if we're going to get to see it on the replay, but it was the first smash he hit to Yamashita. It's that placement of that right hip. He can't get it away. And then the second one, again, great placement. And this is the thing, Tang doesn't have the biggest smash in the world, but his accuracy, his placement, and his trajectory, how steep he hits it.
Yeah.
It's why he's so dangerous overhead.
Well, 2 match points. Flat exchange at the net, fast and furious. It's a great play by Tang. Oh, wonderful drop shot. That's wonderfully left by Tang Chunman, and look at the relief on his face. I think they've got a bit of a wake-up call here, Chris, in terms of what they needed for this week.
It's definitely fatigue in them, you know, and it is, as you said, relief getting through that in 2 games.
Yeah,
because that could have been three games, and it's such a different thing. You're talking, we'll be out 47 minutes. It could easily have been, you know, an hour.
Hour 10, hour 12 at least.
And it's so important if they want to make it through this week to a quarterfinal, a semi-final, a final. Games like that, closing them out in 2 games, so important.
Match won by Tang Chunman
Look at that
and
relief.
21-19, 21-18.
It's a struggle, and he, of course, did have to shoulder a lot of the responsibility as well. Seeing Sweat was a little bit more on supervisory duty, really, for those last 5 or 6 points, and she's got a huge smile on her face as well. I think they realized exactly how fatigued they are. You only realize when you are in the battle again. 21-19, 21-18. And the Hong Kong pair continue their campaign here in France.